center and summit, maintain flight level 260. 4149 Junction, change to advisory frequency. As approved, report to cancellation or downtime with me this frequency. Forty-one 49 Roger. Our cancellation is received. Squawk CFR. Frequency change approved. Have a good day. Six contact Denver Center 135.12. Good day.
3512.
Afternoon, Denver, experimental RV 465, Mike, off Grand Junction, VFR request.
Experimental 455, Mike, different source, good.
Yes, sir, off Grand Junction, climbing 13,500, destination hotel, Romeo X-Ray, that's Hereford, Texas, RV14 slant golf, and we'll be going over Blue Mesa, Alamosa, then direct, and requesting following at 13.5.
Sir, stand by for the squawk and say altitude leaving.
Yes, sir, passing 7,900 right now, actually 8,000 right now.
Radar contact, the squawk for advisories all the way to Texas is 1401.
1401 coming up.
Experimental 5, Mike, contact Denver Center 127.1. The Grand Junction altimeter was 3043. We'll see.
3043 and 27.1 for 5 Mike.
Connected to PilotEdge. All right, how's everyone doing today? We're gonna do a nice little flight from Grand Junction to Aspen. It's a nice scenic flight today. The weather's perfect for it. So figure we do a scenic flight. $36.56. So I wonder when that guy's taking off. $36.56. It's not even showing up on the list. That's weird. Anywho, so this is a freeware scenery. Load up our passengers and head to Aspen. So we need to get some fuel calculations and such. So we're going to do 12 passengers. We're going to fly at 15,000. I'm going to use this flight plan, which is good. Actually, I need to update my Eric. I'll do that in a moment. I need to update actually.
Grand Junction Tower, 735578 is 9 miles.
Alright, I updated the Eric. Now we got 2003, which is the first two is the year, and that's the cycle, third month into 2020. That's how you get the Eric numbers. So flight plan is valid for current Eric. So we'll grab our, so I got the B1900D, 12 passengers, 400 pounds of cargo. Get a ODP. Or it's not an ODP. All right. We're going to need 2120 fuel. Plus, no, that's plenty of fuel. 2120 and payload. Zero fuel weight is 13.6. Payload looks like 3-2. Which is 3,200. So your passengers, cargo, payload. Come down here. Departure altimeter 3042. That was with Foxtrot. And we're using probably 29er. Probably from an intersection, we'll see. Aspen's probably landing 1-5. Like they do. Aspen's one way in, one way out, typically. You can circle, but it's not fun. Alright, so we're going to follow IFR. Got that filed.
Junction ground, this is 22 Alpha Zulu.
This D8 is really cool. It's for PilotEdge. So I have it on my laptop to where my laptop is touchscreen. So if I wanted to get like D8, like you'll know if it's D8, which is text only, like Denver, for example. I could go to Den, go to airport. See at the top, it says D8. If it has the D, then it has ACARS capability and you can get text ATIS. So those are the airports within the PilotEdge area that you can do it. So like the touchscreen is fun on my computer. So I do K, D, E, N, for example. ATIS, send, and there you go. Runways, everything. Next page, next page. So it's kind of fun to hit the clear to start over. To have this up on your laptop or even your phone if you want to get a D ATIS. If it doesn't have the D, then it's a broadcast ATIS only, like Grand Junction. Actually, we are going JGT to Aspen. So Grand Junction doesn't have the D, so we can only get broadcast ATIS. Check the map, make sure everything is set.
Yeah, City 169, Denver Center, descend via the Molten 3, then route Denver 3022. 6 Bravo Delta, you said one more practice approach to Steamboat.
It's odd. Oh, I see. There's more than one plane here. Okay. It's me and another guy. Alright. So where's this other guy at? He is in a ZZZ aircraft, apparently. So we'll look for him. He's going to be down here. So another sim pilot like us is hanging out over here somewhere. Wonder if he's in the helicopter.
Grand Junction Towers, is the 35578 is in the downwind.
Mr. 578, runway 11, clear to land.
I don't know.
Runway 11, clear to land, 578.
So 0 fuel weight is 13.6. It's pretty close. The payload on SimBrief was 32, so that's right on the money. So the fuel 2120. We're within our weight and balance. So we are fueled up. Hop in here. And I flew this the other day and it was actually pretty fun. So we're gonna give it a try again. Get the throttle quadrant set for start. And brake is set. Move that out. Battery is 28, so that's fine. Turn the nav light on. Turn all those on. Exit light on. That's emergency test. Seatbelts on. Turn on the beacon.
578 taxi, parking monitor ground point 7.
And the steamboat string altimeter is 3035.
Turn on the battery. Going through my other checklist, which none of this stuff applies because this plane doesn't simulate everything. Engine eyes on for ground ops.
Junction Tower, Skyhawk 6012 Zulu, 10 miles to the southeast, inbound 30 option with Juliet.
6012 Zulu, Grand Junction Tower, and a right down for 11.
Right downwind 1112 Zulu. RC4642 damage. Thank you, RC4642 cancellation received.
Thought I had a different. Okay. So number 3, I can make. Let's make number 3 view up here by the door. Do like that. So control 3. Probably need to remove all the static displays. Hey Eagle, how you doing, my friend? Okay. Beacon light is on, so I think we're ready to start.
158 Denver Center, good afternoon. Cross constant at maintain 17,000 and 2509. Back to 158, thanks. Denver altimeter 3022, some occasional light test.
Ground, hello. Skywest 5256.
5256, Grand Junction ground.
Sir, looking for an IFR to Denver. I've got Julia.
5256, clear to Denver Airport. Grand Mesa 1 departure. Turn right heading 150. Expect vectors to Hackey. Recruit 3 arrival.
Alright, so we're gonna hit the starter till we get about 15 and 2 on the turbine, and then we'll crank her over.
Squawk 5146. Kilo Grand Junction, turn over position, number 7, go back there. 5 Kilo, holding position,
I thought I had set. I set a view. Oh well. Close those.
I'll watch for traffic when you get up through. Cessna 12 Zulu traffic 12 o'clock 3 miles southeast bound, another Cessna 6,200.
I have traffic in sight 12 Zulu.
Reset. Gen 1. Murder. So we'll leave that on. Check our volts. I got 28. That's the other reason I'm doing this Beechcraft 1900D is because I had so many views on my YouTube channel on this plane, so I'm like, well, apparently people like it, so I'm going to go ahead and fly it again. Check the volts. We're going to start 2. So we're going to hit the starter until we get to 15 or so, and then we'll introduce fuel. Got a low idle. Check for hot start. Red line for a couple seconds. ITT's falling. Good start. Torque should be coming up. Prop RPM's coming up. Oil pressure is in between green and yellow, so that might be an issue, but adjust our conditioner levers, so both RPMs, prop RPMs are right around 1100. So I'm going to add in some conditioner lever on that one, and we'll lower number 1 to match when I get them both in the middle of the green. There we go, that's pretty good. So now we'll turn on Gen 2, inverter 2. Check our volts. Triple fed, DC load, amps are 0. All right. Flight plan is already filed. Let's need to set up environment, so we'll come down here, go away, and we'll do auto. I guess it's already on auto. Turn on the bleeds. Got pneumatic pressure, got vacuum. Turn on the furnace, coffee maker.
Tango Sierra taxi out 7, hold short of the runway.
Those checks don't work with this. Alright, let's turn on our EFIS. 1, 2, 3, 4. Avionics is right there. need to remember to use Alt Select when we climb. And we need to do rudder boost. It's the yaw damper. Okay. Set trim. Trim is good. Set flaps for takeoff.
2476, contact Denver Center 133.67.
Tango Sierra cross.
Alright, flaps for takeoff. Check the E-lights.
So 2476, Denver Center under.
Slave the gyros. Not that that does anything on this. Alright, Grand Junction 8 is 1855. Walker.
Grand Junction Regional Airport, ATIS Information Foxtrot, 1853 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility 10. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 6. Dew point -15. Altimeter 3042. Arriving and departing runways 2229er. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
Grand Junction ground, Pocket Rocket 516, Tango stand call. Request VFR departure to the north. I'm ready to taxi and I have Foxtrot from GA ramp by Alpha 7.
Why can't I get... Oh, that's weird. It's like backwards. Alright.
Number 516 Tango, Tango Grand Junction ground runway 29er taxi via Alpha, hold short runway 22.
MSL is 4861, so we're within 75, so that's fine.
Taxi to runway 29er via Alpha, hold short runway 22, 6 Tango Tango.
Let me see. Good afternoon, Grand Junction ground, United 1399 at the terminal with Foxtrot, IFR, Aspen.
United 1399 Grand Junction ground, security Aspen Airport, Junction, Grand Junction 7 departure, paces, transition, then as filed, climb via the SID, accept maintain 14,000, expect 15,000 within 10 minutes of departure. Departure with Denver approach 119.7, squawk 4605.
Clear to Aspen via Grand Junction 7 departure, paces, transition, then file, climb via the SID, accept maintain 14,000, and expect 15,000, 10 minutes after departure. Departure with Denver approach at 119.7, squawk 4605, United 1399.
United 1399, read back correct.
Download the flight plan.
Grand Junction, ground, pocket rocket 516 Tango, holding short runway 22 to cross.
Number 6 Tango, Tango, you'll contact tower for your instruction there, thanks.
Aspen's
Junction Tower, pocket rocket 516
has
Tango,
a
holding short runway 22
localizer
to cross.
approach. Let me put that in, at least a frequency. I'm going to do a visual approach,
Tango,
but
Tango, Grand Junction Tower, good afternoon. Taxi on runway 22, make a left downwind departure, runway 29er, clear for takeoff, wind calm.
So that frequency is 11115. And the course for that, it's 151. Just right here.
Grand Junction Tower, 516 Tango, I got disconnected there. Holding short runway 22 to cross.
Transponder.
November 516 Tango, Tango, Grand Junction Tower, taxi onto runway 22. Make a left downwind departure, runway 29er, cleared for takeoff.
Taxi via runway 22, make a left downwind departure, runway 29er.
Clear to 14,000. We're going to climb via the SID for 14. So we'll do heading, say 2,000 with altitude select. So we are good on that. If you don't push the altitude select, you'll blow right past 14,000. Check the auto ignition here. It's not modeled correctly. They should turn off. Imagine that. Alright, so we'll turn on windshield heat. Turn auto prop. Yeah, there is auto. Prop amp is 0. So we have amps on the right, but oh, it goes back and forth. That's kind of cool. Interesting. Just check and make sure all the icing works. Is there a surface de-ice on this? Yep, manual. So we press and hold that. Well, I have no indication that it's working. Okay. It's not a good model, system-wise, but not a surprise. Ground idle test, auto feather test. Well, let's see what happens. No, none of those tests work. My Beach King Air 350, all these tests work, but Coronado does not implement tests. Maybe it works functionality wise when you arm it, maybe it will work, but I don't know.
Boeing clearance, Boeing 710, information Mike IFR to Payne Field.
So we'll set the pressure for 42, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 43.
Boeing 710, Boeing clearance on request, standby.
Say 43. Should show a descent.
Boeing 710 is cleared to Payne Field, Nirvana 1 departure. Expect radar vectors, Payne.
Of course that
direct.
doesn't work.
Climb and maintain, correction, climb and
Alright,
maintain
so
2000,
we'll set
expect
pressure
5000 within
for
10 minutes of departure. Departure with Seattle departure
19.
on 120.4, squawk 3202.
Cleared to Payne via the Nirvana 1 departure. Directors Payne, direct, maintain 2, expect 5 and 10, frequency 120.4, squawk 3202, Boeing 710.
Boeing 710, reback, correct.
Taxi light, Rico light. Pedo, stall warning.
Sky condition, clear. Temperature 6. Dew point -15. Altimeter 3042. Arriving and departing runways 22, 29er. Visual approaches in use. Read back all runway assignments and hold short instructions. Advise on initial contact you have information Foxtrot.
Weather's still the same. We got engine eyes. Make sure all the lights stay off when you test it. They did, so we're good to roll. Tower's 18.1, so we'll get tower ready. 18.1. Grand Junction, Ground, United 1399 at the terminal with Foxtrot, ready to taxi.
Yeah, 1399 Grand Junction, ground runway 29er, taxi via Alpha, hold short runway 22.
29er via Alpha, hold short, runway 22, United 1399. You're back. Welcome back. Just in time for the departure. It's going to be a cool approach into Aspen. I have custom payware scenery, so I paid for the Aspen scenery. It's just really, really well done. It looks so super realistic, especially with the ortho scenery that comes with it. It's like a high resolution ortho scenery, and it's a custom mesh, so all the hills and valleys and rivers that run right next to Aspen, it's just really done well. Set heading for 292. We're going to climb to 6,000 feet, make a left turn direct to the Grand Junction VOR, and then we'll make another left turn and head toward Paces. We have to cross over Grand Junction. Let me see if it gives me an altitude to cross over. I don't think it does. Nope. Once I cross over it by 6,000, we're good. I'm doing good. I'm doing good today. I'm going to, if you're going to be around this evening, my second flight this evening is going to be, if you've never seen me fly on VATSIM, which I don't think you have yet, this is my normal daytime stuff. I fly on PilotEdge, the professional server, but tonight I'm going to fly in a VATSIM event. So it'll be a whole bunch of traffic, a ton of people, you know, flying their sims in and out. So tonight I'm going to fly my favorite plane, which is the Airbus A320. And I'm going to fly from Houston to Dallas-Fort Worth. It's going to be a huge event. Not huge event. There's going to be a lot of people, but it's not going to be super huge. But it's still going to be very fun. So plan on me going live for that around 7 Eastern, between 7:30 Eastern. That's when I'm going to plan on doing that. If I can get to it earlier, I will. I mean, you already have my streams on your alert, so you'll know when I do go live if you're available. If you're not, no big deal. You can always catch up on the video later. All right. So, engine eyes off. Oh my god. Stupid Trek IR. Landing lights, strobes. Go to tower. You don't need permission to go to tower. Departure is 19.7. So we be ready. Prop sync can come on.
Ground point 710's on private run for taxi.
Boeing 710, Boeing ground information, November current, runway 14 right, taxi via Bravo.
14 right, Bravo, Boeing 710.
Grand Junction Tower, United 1399, hold short, runway 22.
United 1399, Grand Junction Tower, taxi on runway 22, runway 29er, cleared for takeoff, wind calm.
Taxi on the runway 22, runway 29er, cleared for takeoff, United 1399. All right. So we're actually having to taxi onto a runway to get to the takeoff runway. So that's why I was holding short this runway. So the runway we want is over there, but you can never just taxi onto a runway, obviously.
Boeing 710, Boeing Tower, runway 14 right, cleared for takeoff, wind calm.
Course takeoff 14 right, Boeing 710.
Hey Das, What's up, man? How you doing today? Just in time for the takeoff. Heading to Aspen. All right. Conditioner levers full. Bring up the power. 50%. Engines are stable. Everything's in the green. We'll continue to add in torque. You don't want a red line, so we can bring it up. Right there. That's good. Gonna lift off at about 120 knots. Feel the nose come up, pull back, nice and easy. Positive rate.
Boeing
Gear
710,
coming up.
contact Seattle departure.
Flaps out.
Departure by 710.
And we'll climb out to 6,000 feet, and we'll head a left
United
turn
1399, contact Denver departure.
over to departure. United 1399. See ya. So now we go to Denver departure, which is 19.7.
1850.
Boeing 710, Seattle departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 3000, Seattle altimeter 3046.
Climb 3000, Boeing 710.
Go left to Grand Junction. Denver departure, United 1399, Junction 7, leaving 6,500 for 14,000, climbing via the SID.
United 1399, Denver departure, radar contact, climb and maintain 15,000.
Climb maintain 15,000, United 1399. Alright. Alt select. Climbing. We are good. So I'm going to do a direct.
Boeing 710, turn left heading 360.
Do a direct to Grand Junction.
Heading 360 to Phil, Boeing 710.
Plan. Nav. Now I'll keep climbing up. Gear is up.
Boeing 710, have the 8 is at pay and request if you have one.
Oh man.
Stop by.
Didn't mean to do that. Alright, now I think I'm okay. I meant to hit the up arrow to make sure the flaps were up.
Boeing 710 information.
And then I ended up putting them down.
Aggression 1, 6 right.
Didn't break anything. So we're going to lower the prop out of the red
Boeing
area.
710, vectors and final. Are you
Just
looking
for
to take the
takeoff.
approach from fix?
I believe we can take it from Payne. I'll have a look at that. Give me a second.
We'll add in some torque as we climb.
So did you say ILS Yankee or ILS Zulu?
10,000 feet. We can turn off the lighting.
We'll go vectors ILS Yankee today, actually, Boeing 710.
Boeing 710, roger, expect that.
Sounds are not as cool in the flyby as they are in the King Air, Super King Air, but it will do. Let's turn on the yaw damper, which is not there, but it's there. Now we're showing yaw damper. Turn off the auto feather. There's no icing. We're high enough now. No turbulence. Turn
Boeing
the
710,
seatbelts
say
off.
indicated airspeed.
Boeing 710 indicated 250 knots.
Boeing 710, underneath the Bravo shelf, you
Cabin
cannot
pressure is
exceed
climbing.
200.
Okay, yeah, sorry, I forgot.
Alright, now I think I'm done with those checks. Let me see what I missed here.
So just confirm that 210 or 200 there.
Mango, here we
Boeing
go.
710, taken.
I'm a poet, didn't know it.
210 on 200.
Where are you flying to,
200
Eagle?
or less.
Okay,
Eagle,
okay,
oh man, it's confusing. There's two Eagles. You got Eagle Pro and Eagle Grad. That's cool.
710, turn left heading 340.
So let me ask you this.
Yankee, runway 16.
You're asking where I'm flying to, Eagle Grad? The stream description I always put in there where I'm flying from and where I'm flying to. On top of that, at the top of the, now you might not be able to see that if you're on like a mobile device. That might be some of the reasons you're asking. The other thing, at the top of the stream, I have that overlay, and the overlay says from and to. But of course, those are just the ICO codes of the airports. So naturally, if you don't know what KASE is, I can't expect you to know what that means. Hang on a second. Let's let me do that, and then we'll do.
Sometimes just had a call marker to pause for 3 or 4 minutes.
Affirmative, just let me know when you're back.
Okay, thanks.
But yeah, if you don't know what the ICAO code is, it's Aspen in Colorado. That's where we're heading to. It's like a very, very scenic flight. And I usually do this flight when the weather is nice enough to actually enjoy the views and the ortho scenery and stuff. That's why I fly kind of low for this flight. Could fly higher, but when you get into the mountains up here, it's really nice. Let's leave those. Set that. And Das did you did the I route. I might need to set something up for that to work. You're the first one that's done that, but I have seen people put in that thing, the I route. I'm gonna make a note. Because what is that like when you type I route? That usually would bring up the flight plan, or like. What are you looking for to commit? Because I'm going to have to research that. Yeah, I don't have it working. I have to research how to get that set up. I'm sure it's not hard. I know other streamers have it, but I think it's Streamlabs, and so it's the flight plan. Oh, okay. So it's exclamation point and then the word route. All right, yeah, I'm going to research that to see if how I can do that. I'm also researching. I'm still researching a nicer stream overlay and like stream starting. I'm going to buy a nice package with alerts and all that, but I'm still researching which ones I want to use. So that is forthcoming.
Go 2476 Denver Center, squawk 2251.
So we can
Yeah,
add
1399, contact Denver Center 120.47.
Denver Center 120.47, United 1399. At 120. 47.
2476, radar contact 10 miles south of Rapid City, change to my frequency 133.67.
Delta 2476 up 133.67, thank you.
Roger.
Denver Center, United 1399, 15,000.
United 1399, Denver Center, Roger, Aspen, altimeter 3033.
3033, United 1399. So you set it now. That will adjust our altitude. As you see, we're climbing back to 1,500 feet. I mean 15,000. 3033. It's close enough, I guess. That wouldn't really matter. Loading in scenery. Like a code of keywords, people use it for commands, asking questions. It's like, yeah, it says a quick way to ask a question without disrupting the other people. Yeah, I got it wrote down. I'm going to figure it out. I'll get that added in there. Also with a cool better overlay. But I'm glad you did that, because I wouldn't have thought to even research it. Aspen's weather is 330 at 8. So maybe I'll do a circling approach. Yeah, I might have to do a circling approach. I don't want a 8-knot tailwind.
Boeing 710, Roger, thanks.
Elevation for Aspen is 7837. The altimeter is 30 plus 100, so 79, say 8,000. 8,000 for pressure. Be 8,000. I want 8,000. Yeah, I had that wrong. So I need to increase the, I'm used to the King Air 350.
Boeing 710, turn left heading at 310, contact Seattle approach 128.5.
So 8,000 is cabin altitude, and you want cabin altitude close to the airport altitude. So even though the cabin altitude is going up to 8,000, the airport is 8,000 feet. So
Boeing 710,
with
Seattle
the cabin
approach,
altitude at
Roger,
8,000, that means
3044.
I could climb to 30,000 and still have a fine differential. So the cabin's climbing. We're going to ask for the Roaring Fork visual. So we're going to take it from the river. So we'll just follow that in from up here, Carbondale maybe. 10,000 feet's recommended in here, and then we're going to do a circling approach. So we're going to do right traffic for runway 33. So we're going to come down for right traffic on the east side of the airport. So we'll come down here, and it's really tight. There's mountains all around it. So we're going to have to make a tight turn to make the final on 33. Right now the wind is 010 at 10 to 16. So 010 is like coming from this direction. So we're definitely gonna have to do a circling approach the way it is right now.
Boeing 710, turn right, heading 340.
I wonder how you enter in the flight plan for that route command. Like, where does it pull it from? See, I don't have Streamlabs. I use Stream Elements, so I don't even know if it's capable in Stream Elements. Stream Elements is more user friendly because I've never streamed before. I started streaming X-Plane, so I'm still learning about the streaming.
Some weather. Can I request IFR clearance from Kremlin to Eagle County?
November 516. Tango Tango Denver Center, maintain VFR, squawk 2476.
Maintain VFR, squawk 247.
United 1399, contact Aspen approach 123.8.
Aspen approach 123.8, United 1399. Aspen's ATIS 124.
Boeing 710 to center, maintain 3000.
3000 sometime.
November 516, Tango Tango, radar contact 4 miles southwest of the Kremlin VOR, Eagle altimeter 3035, verify altitude with your request.
Aspen.
Number 516, Tango Tango, clear the Eagle Airport via
Sky condition clear. Temperature cool. Point -11. Altimeter 3033. Arriving runway 15. Departing runway 33. Visual approaching the use.
Number 6 Tango Tango, read back is correct. Turn right, heading 210. Radar vectors relaxing.
Aspen approach, United 1399. 5000, current with Bravo, request a Roaring Fork visual 15 from Carbondale.
Yeah, 1399, Aspen approach, thanks, and report Carbondale inside Aspen altimeter 3033.
No advised wind in sight, 3033, United 1399. So, Carbondale is...
Okay, 1399, descend and maintain 14,000.
Descend and maintain 14,000, United 1399. 4.
Number 6 Tango, Tango, cleared direct to VOAX, cross VOAX at 14,000, cleared the LDA, DME runway, correction, cleared the LDA, runway 25 approach.
Okay.
Boeing 710, turn left heading 250.
250.7.
Aspen approach, United 1399. I have Carbondale. Also, planning to do a visual right traffic for 33 if that's possible.
Boeing 710, 6 miles from my type, fly heading 190. Descend and maintain 2,000 until established on the localizer, clear the ILS Yankee runway 16 right approach.
Heading 190, 2,000, ILS Yankee 16 right, point 7.
United 1399. Overflight Carbondale, cleared Roaring Fork visual approach to runway 15. Circling, I don't believe is available. Stand by now.
All right, from Carbondale, clear to visual 15, and if possible, right for visual 33 be great. United 1399.
United 1399, yeah, this approach is specific for runway 15. No circling minimums are published, so you can always cancel your IFR and take it VFR if you like, but cleared Roaring Fork visual approach to runway 15.
Oh, I didn't think of that. Okay. Let's cancel IFR then, and just do a visual into the airport, United 1399.
United 1399, roger, IFR cancellation is received. Maintain VFR. You want to continue with advisories?
Yes, sir. We'll continue with advisory, United 1399.
Yeah, 1399, roger, maintain VFR.
Maintain VFR, United 1399. All right. I think the RNAV has a circling, but I'll make note of that next time.
American 222 Oakland Center, roger. Descend via the Silicone for arrival. Report leaving flight level 300. Boeing 710, contact Payne Tower, now 132.905.
Tower, Payne, correction, back 710.
Boeing 710, Payne Tower, runway 16 right, clear to land, wind 160 to 10. Delta 2476, descend at pilot's discretion to maintain flight level 240.
1 notch flaps. Go full flaps and gear down at 160, but I'll wait to do that until we're in the right traffic. The winds are 330 at 8, so it's right down the runway.
222, Roger, thanks.
The ground is 8, so it'd be 9,000 per pattern.
Number 6 Tango Tango at Washi, contact Eagle Tower on 119.8. At 1399, contact Aspen Tower 118.85.
Aspen Tower 118.85, United 1399. Aspen Tower, United 1399, entering a right downwind for runway 33.
At 1399, Aspen Tower, afternoon, wind 320 at 8, runway 33, clear to land.
Runway 33, clear to land, United 1399. Alright, so I got clearance for the runway I wanted, which is right there. So we're going to come up here to fly over these houses, which is probably not legal, but I don't know. I'm going to do it anyway. Then we'll go down to 8,500 for the turn inbound. Do props full. We're at 160, so we can go ahead and lower the gear.
Boeing 710, stay parking.
We'll do flaps
So
full.
we'll be going to the northern ramp.
Drop down to 85.
Boeing 710, stay on my frequency, northbound Alpha. Have a good day.
Nice frequency northbound.
85, we'll make our base turn. Alright, 86. Did I overshoot the freaking airport? No, it's right there.
American
Okay.
222, contact Oakland Center 128.7.
Let's not land on a taxiway. It's traffic global.
American 222, Oakland Center, Roger, San Jose altimeter 3022.
Even traffic global's taken off that way.
At 1399, stay on my frequency, taxi ramp via Alpha.
To the ramp via Alpha with you, United 1399. Thanks for the help. See you next time. flaps up. Turn on these engine anti-ice. That airplane on the runway was from Traffic Global. Apparently it had a departure that just left.
Eagle Tower, November 516 Tango, on the LDA approach for runway 25 at 9,800.
Number 516 Tango, Tango Eagle Tower, good afternoon. Wind 220 at 13, gust 20. Runway 25, clear to land.
Runway 25, clear to land. 16.
That plane just appeared out of nowhere. Traffic Global is like good for background noises and just having movement at the airport, but it definitely needs to have like, see, now it disappeared. It's far from perfect, but it gives you something to look at, because if it wasn't for Traffic Global, wouldn't see anything. But it's kind of messed up because the operations usually land on 1.5, but because of I didn't want an 8-knot tailwind with an airplane this size.
Number 733
Well, he's
Delta
taking off
November,
the right
Oakland,
way.
Center, Roger, Monterey, altimeter 3021.
Maybe that was the same guy. I don't know, but the terminal's right down here. That's an FBO.
Record 222, contact NorCal approach now 121.3. We'll see you. Record 222, NorCal approach. Afternoon, thanks for Victor. Expect ILS, runway 30 left approach. American 222, affirmative, expect that from Clyde. Delta 2476, thank you.
Shut down the air conditioning there, turn off the bleeds. Surprised no warning went off. Actually, I'm not surprised. The furnace can come off. Pitot, stall warnings.
Disconnected.
Let's do a replay. Make sure I'm not connected. Actually, I want to rewind that. I want to see how the rollout felt like I was overshooting it, but actually that was an okay rollout. It wasn't like a base turn and then another turn for final. It was just basically an entire U-turn, but going over those houses really lined me up pretty well, and I learned that from flying the Saab into here. But I need to make a note that the Roaring Fork visual under an IFR flight plan does not give me the authorization to have a circling approach, but the RNAV approach would have. So I'll show you what I mean by that once we're done with this replay. Let's check it out from a passenger standpoint. Where's it at? See the little town by passengers. There's the airport. It's much easier to do a straight in 1.5 like it's most of the time, but in these mountains the winds can shift at it all the time. And I use real world weather, so alright, so I'll show you what I meant by the Roaring Fork visual and why I couldn't do the circling on it. I understand now. I didn't think of it when I asked for it. I figure I'm doing a visual approach into the airport. I should be able to do a circling approach, but this is still an instrument. I mean, it's a IFR approach that you request from an IFR plan. VFR, you can do whatever you want because Aspen has a right traffic available by the supplement. See, runway 33 is right traffic. So I knew I could do a right traffic for 33 from Carbondale, which was here, which is, I know I come in Bonnet River, so I just sail Carbondale and I keep it about 10,000 feet. But it doesn't give authorization for a 3-3. Clearances will be given, utilized part of the following. Cleared for Roaring Fork visual approach for runway 15. So That's why Marcus said I couldn't do a circling off of this approach request, that I had to cancel the IFR to fly VFR to do the right pattern. So that's why I canceled the IFR, went to flight following advisories, just so I'd still have the radar services, because they can provide it down low in the mountain at Aspen, because Aspen has its own approach controller up here, Aspen Approach Comp. Now, I could have done a circling approach under IFR by using like this RNAV GPS Foxtrot approach, because this does have a circling ability. So you can do an RNAV approach, and you can land 1.5 or 3.3 using this from Red Table, but I'd have to go to Red Table, do a procedure turn inbound, which because my flight plan ended with Red Table. So I'd come in from this direction. I would come in, cross over Red Table VOR, and then come back and cross over the Red Table VOR, and then down to Hebes at 12.9, and then Alex at 12.2. This is not an LPV approach, so you won't get a glide path. So you just, at Hebes, you keep lowering your altitude until you can get to minimums, which is 10.2. So at 10,200 feet, I'd have to see the airport, and at that point, I could do a right traffic for runway 33. So I could have requested right traffic off of this RNAV approach, because it has a circling ability to it. So it's not specific to the runway. But that's only a way to get down. Or I could have done maybe the localizer DMEE, taken that down to circling of 9840. So, I mean, there's a few things you can do. I could have done that. That probably would have been easier, actually. Except the minimums is 9,800, so the minimums is lower. Unless you're a faster airplane, then it's higher. But slower airplanes, 9,800, which is 2,100 AGL for minimums. So you have to have the airport 2,000 feet above it to do that approach. So sometimes you just can't get into Aspen if the weather's too fogged in. They don't have the best approaches for that. You got the FBO up here. Nice little FBO, people hanging out. The fire department is across the street. It's a really nice scenery. And I can also load it to where it's all snow. I can have the entire airport under snow. Comes with 2 variants, 2 seasons, summer and winter. All right, guys, I'm going to take off. No pun intended. I will be back streaming this evening. I'll be in the Airbus this evening. So be on the lookout, and I will catch y'all soon. Thanks for flying. See ya.
370 Mike Romeo, Denver Center radar contact, maintain 15,000. Yes. Yeah, that's pretty sure. See that 691 Denver Center, 10 via the Eldor 2, Denver Altimeter 3020. Yeah, 572 Foxtrot. Direct Creed, send via the Teller 2.
Direct Creed, send via the Teller 2, SkyWest 572 Foxtrot.
Agent light traffic pretty good. November 64 Fox here, Frederick Black Forest, Bravo Romeo Kilo, Dendrick LSU. November 2 Zulu Mike, contact, November 2 Zulu Mike, you should be at 13,800, cell phone access. Alpha 70 approach.